Alrighty, welcome back everybody. It's been about a little over an hour since I found that man's card. And I really hope he ends up coming back for it today in the morning or something, because like seriously, no one wants to lose their card or have anybody risk using it or something like that, or get their information stolen. But I've been asking a lot of people, not showing them the information of course, just asking them if they know. And then I say the first name of the card holder, but hoping that they know him, but no. Nobody says that they know him. And what's it called? Everybody's been saying, like, I don't even know whatever that guy's name is. I don't want to say it. Well, it's a very common name, actually. I guess I will say it. His name is Juan. I just don't want to say his last or middle name. But yeah, everybody's been saying, I don't know Juan. Somebody's coming in right now, too. Give me one sec. Hello. Sorry about that. I was attending somebody that was getting something from behind the register. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I just really hope that guy Juan comes back for his card. But everybody's been telling me that they don't know Juan, and that they don't think they know the card owner. And I don't know, nothing else has happened other than me talking about how today's been a little stressful. I just really want someone to come and fix this freaking tag printer, because I can't tag any of these cookies, and I want to get them all put out already, because people love these cookies. For now, I can refill these coffee creamers. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Which ones are there out there? Which ones are there not out there? I don't even know. Nobody ever wants to fill them at the end of their shift, but that's fine. Because when I don't do certain tasks at the end of my shift, it's a whole different story. And they literally say, you cannot be doing that, you have to do better, you're not new, blah blah blah. You already know. Point is, they just like to complain so much when I'm literally by myself, and the afternoon workers actually have somebody helping them. Unlike me, the afternoon workers are not by themselves. And I don't know why I keep almost accidentally saying overnight workers when I really mean afternoon workers. I know, it's difficult with one hand, but we're doing it. Because we're fast. I know many of you has had that one parent, specifically our fathers, that would make us do certain tasks in the house using only one hand. They'd be like, do it with one hand. They'd be like, blah blah blah. Like, in life you're gonna need to do a lot of jobs with one hand. My father would always make me and my older brother and my sisters do certain things around the house with one hand when he saw that our other hand was not available. And he would obviously be like, you can do it with one hand. He'd be like, only an idiot can't do it with one hand. I know many of you out there can relate, because we all have our own issues with our dad, and I'm glad that my dad taught me and my family that. Because that is why they're all where they're at today. None of them are jobless, and none of them are struggling in life. Mainly thanks to our parents, because they continue to help us financially, which is something really good, which is a blessing actually, because I know not many people have their parents out there to help them out. Many of them have to help their parents actually. But what was I gonna say right now? Nothing else has really been going on here other than what I just said, that I found that man's card and the tag printer not working. Also, a couple came right now when I actually asked them about the card, and then they ended up coming back today saying that they wanted some more munchies. Then they ended up coming back a third time saying they forgot some blunts. Oh, so this is a different couple actually bought one of these today, and I asked them, where'd you guys get this? I was like, I don't think I've ever actually seen this here. So this is where they got it. Sorry, I ended up getting some Slurpee on my hand. I kind of want something. I know I just had a bag of Lay's, but I kind of want something else to eat, but I don't really know what. I mean, let's be honest. I know we all get our cravings at around this time of the night or morning. Like, look, what time is it right now? Right now it is 2:32 a.m. I know we all get cravings at around this time or at 3 or 4 a.m. And honestly, I've ate so much things working here overnight that I don't even crave anything here at all. Only like things to drink. Sometimes I don't even crave that. But I don't know. Many people that I train here, they're always like, can I please eat this? They'll be like, can I please eat a Snickers right now? Like, can I please eat a Hershey's Kiss right now? They'll be like, can I please eat candy corn right now? They'll be like, can I please drink a Red Bull right now? And they'll be like, I love eating or drinking this overnight at this time of the hour or this time of the night. And like, that just, I don't know. When I hear and see them saying that, I just tell myself, like, I really wish I had those cravings again. Because I'm like, I had those cravings when I first started, but I no longer get those cravings. Similar to when you see a friend or family member that wants something to eat that you're tired of eating already. And I know you're thinking, I used to crave that too, and you're just like, but I don't get those cravings anymore. I know you all, or most of you, understand what I'm trying to say. Basically, that I'm just tired of the food here. Or food of the snacks and drinks here. Now, something else I wanted to talk about. I don't know about you guys. I know many of you love Cheez-Its. I've met almost everybody I know loves Cheez-Its. I don't know. I never actually tried these Bugles. I used to love these as a kid, the Andes Caps. Now, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I don't really like anything here. Despite me loving Hershey's, I tried these, the Hershey's dip pretzels, but I don't really like them. Mainly because I don't like pretzels in general. I used to like sunflower seeds when I was younger. Well, no, I actually still do. I just don't eat them as often. But like, I don't really like anything from this aisle. And some people tell me that they just really love the stuff here. And like, they'll be specific. They'll be like, I love pistachios. I love the combos. And I'm just like, I don't know how you guys like this stuff. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it used to taste much better when you were a kid. Or when we were kids. And yeah. Oh shoot, give me one sec. I forgot about something over there. Sorry about that. I accidentally left the grill on a little too high because I wanted these hot dogs to cook up a little more. And I accidentally left both of these like that. I don't want to do it again because, yeah, then it makes the hot dogs like all puffy and fat. For those of you that actually work or have worked at a 7-Eleven, some of you may actually know that because a lot of people will tell me, what do you mean they get puffy and fat? Those of you that don't know, when the grill is on too high, the hot dogs or grills or anything, they start getting really fat because of too much heat. And then everything inside starts to also get really heated and really puffy. And yeah, then they ended up, well, you know, they end up exploding, but not really. Just like, you know, they ended up getting like holes and cracks in the tacos or hot dogs. And yeah, I didn't want that to happen. So that's why I came speed walking right now. Oh my god, I don't know why I keep burping today. And I keep getting the hiccups. I don't normally always go in there, in the store owner's office, in case any of you are wondering what this little room is. If you guys want, we can do a quick little view or tutorial in there. Sorry, I'm just nervous that somebody's gonna walk in while I'm in there filming. And I didn't realize, I didn't even realize there are no small Slurpee cups. Are you serious right now? What the hell was that? I don't know where this belongs. I don't know who does that. I really don't know who does that, but now we have to throw away that cup. And there are many people that always tell me, they're like, why don't you just rinse it or just wash it? And I don't know, I just tell them, would you want to go back to a gas station or 7-Eleven if you found out that they were just rinsing or washing something nasty like that? Something that probably came out of somebody's mouth? Because there are a lot of people that do that. They'll be like, just rinse it, like, just wash it. I'm like, oh no, that's nasty. I'm like, what if that came out of a little boy's mouth? Like, what if that came out of an old man's teeth? That's why anything that has been touched by Slurpee or soda, I throw away. I don't know, I find that very disgusting. I do not at all wish or bother to put it back, even if it's been washed or rinsed. Sorry, it's hard to get these out with one hand. Give me 1 sec. Alright, I ended up putting the last thing of Slurpee cups in there. Now we can go look into Jeff's office, even though I know I've done that in some videos. Okay, there's beatboxes in here because I thought they'd be empty, I don't know. Now let me tell you, this happened. I was even gonna start recording this guy, but I have a very, very bad memory from every time I see these. Because one time when me and my coworker, we were both working and she was about to do shift change, and we saw some guy literally with us. People that wear ski masks, they don't always end up stealing, or they're not always doing something bad around here, but I don't know, people that wear ski masks, they rather just want to look cool. They're rather hiding from enemies, or they just don't want to show that they're gang members. They wear a ski mask for many different reasons, but the point is, this guy that stole 2 of those things of beatboxes, these are, let me show you guys, these are boxes, 1, 2, they come in 2 packs, and each pack contains 6 beatboxes, 6 of these, 6 of these bad boys. But only, of course, those flavors, the Blue Punch, whatever the right one is, and the Blue Raz. And yeah, so he stole 12 beatboxes in total. And the thing is that we saw him wandering around with his ski mask when I was over there by the entrance putting candy away. What's it called? Oh, somebody here? Oh, okay, I thought someone was here waiting. But yeah, like I was saying, I was over there by the candy aisle, literally right here in front of the lottery machine. Like literally right here. Just like putting this candy away. And then he was literally right here just looking at the chips. And then that's when he ended up staring at me. That's when I literally thought, I'm like, I think he's gonna steal. And I tell my female coworker that. And we go and keep an eye on him, but he just kept wandering around for literally about 20 minutes. Then afterwards he was just standing right there for about another 10 minutes. Like, he was literally honest. I could tell he wasn't even looking or paying attention to anything on his phone, because you could tell when somebody's doing that, when they're actually focused on their phone and when they're just doing that to distract themselves. Because he ended up putting away his phone like faster than ever, and then really quickly grabbed those beatbox packs. I don't even remember where they were. I think they were there or there, I forgot, but he ended up grabbing them really fast and immediately like sped walked really fast. And since it was the end of our shift, like I said, we were about to do shift change. I was very exhausted, so I didn't really feel like going after him. Otherwise, I was about to, and I was going to start recording him. And sadly, since he had a ski mask on, we didn't really know, or we don't know what he looks like. But I doubt he's been back, because like I said in many times, when they steal, they usually don't come back for about 6 or 8 months, or even a year. And yeah, which I don't understand, like, why, if there are other people that do it and they clearly don't face any charges, which is what annoys me. I mean, until they steal again. But like, yeah. Now I know I was speaking about this in my last video where I ended up finding Juan's credit card or debit card, whatever you want to call it. But that one guy that worked at a Target that I said kept coming back to talk to us like nothing happened. He actually did that. He stole 2 of these bad boys, then showed me a firearm, and then afterwards he actually kept coming. They arrested his buddy. I know I spoke about this many times in other videos, but when they arrested his buddy, he kept coming back here to buy things like nothing happened. And yes, he kept talking to other employees, to other people around here, other customers, like nothing actually happened. Like he was no criminal. Sorry, hold on, give me one sec. Alright, sorry, I had to sneeze. But yeah, this guy, I don't know why, he just kept coming back. Like he didn't do anything wrong. And honestly, I'm glad that he ended up going to jail and we ended up going to court. Because like, I don't know, I trusted this guy like a normal customer, like a normal paying customer that I thought he was. And like I said in another video, that I love every single one of my customers, even the people that have wronged me, even the people that are criminals. But I didn't think that guy that worked at Target would do anything as crazy as that. If he would have just took the alcohol, that would have been a different story. My boss would have probably forgave him, as that's what my boss does many times with people he's seen for years. But yeah, even my boss said that he had been seeing that guy for years shop in here. And another regular that was back there in the Slurpee aisle and came to see the situation, that was a white guy, even said, he's like, I know the fucker too. He's like a young Mexican guy with long hair, with tattoos. And I was like, I know. I was like, I see this guy like every single day. And I always said hi to him. He always said hi to me. And then he all of a sudden one day just decides to take some alcohol and show me a firearm. Then he actually decided to come back and talk to me and the ladies like nothing ever happened. And what made me more mad is how the state attorney, because I actually had to go talk to I know many of you know this, because I've said this many times, where I actually had to go speak to the state attorney about this. And when the state attorney actually asked me, she was like, the moment you saw him come back, she's like, why didn't you say anything? And I told her how my boss was like, oh, he's like, Carlos, he's like, I spoke to the Cicero PD. And he's like, they said that the man's in jail. And I told the state attorney that my boss literally says when it comes to handling a situation like that, such as somebody getting arrested or banned from here, that we shouldn't handle that situation, that we should rather take that up to him. And the state attorney understood, which is good, because I don't know, I just got tired of seeing this guy around here. He actually kept coming back here, making jokes, smiling, laughing, like nothing ever happened, like he never ever showed some sort of weapon. And he actually kept coming back to buy things and joke around with the ladies. Like, I don't know. I know this is like the 15th time I say this, but it's because, like, I don't understand how someone does that. Like why or how? Like, what in your mind would make you think it's okay to do that? When I first started, there was some cool guy, and it's a pity that I never saw him again, because the one time he did come back was in the afternoon. But when he saw me here in the afternoon, he never came back again. He came here with his girlfriend. They ended up buying like something to drink and some snacks. And since it was like this is when the alcohol law was still at 2 a.m. He ended up asking me if there was any way he could buy a beatbox. And I told him no, because it was locked. And then I don't know why, but like I said, he was a cool guy. So he actually said he was there like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm gonna just steal it. And we used to have a thing where whenever somebody would steal something and we would confront them, we would actually post a picture of them like right up here. We would have a picture of them right up here, and the boss even called it the wall of shame. But then they made us take it down, because corporate said it was not like family friendly or whatever. But that guy that stole a beatbox, he actually said, he's like, I'm gonna just steal this, my picture is gonna look really good up there. And yeah, so I thought he meant like he was gonna steal it like tomorrow, or I mean the next day or something, but because he actually ended up leaving the store, and then next thing I see, he ended up coming back, and I thought he came back to like shop, and he actually ended up coming back to steal a beatbox. And then I never saw him again here until I started working in the afternoon. And when I told him about that, I was like, oh, because he actually said that he'd give me discounts at Dunkin' Donuts. And then I told him, I was like, how come you never came back? I was like, you never told me the exact location to your Dunkin's. And that's when he was there like, oh, he's like, I had stolen. He was like, I wasn't going to come back after that. And I was there like, bro, I'm like, what is he so scared of? I'm like, the crime was already committed. The police have told me that when the crime is committed, they can't get arrested for it unless it's something more serious. The police have told me you can only arrest them if you catch them in the act. Then after I saw him that day in the afternoon, he never came back here again. Like, not even in the afternoon. And I'm just like, what is this guy so afraid of? Like, even someone like him knew that after doing something wrong or bad to just not come back. But many people just simply don't care. They think they got balls or something, or they think they look manly and tough when they don't realize that they just look stupid or whatever. Well, I don't know. That's what everybody else tells me. That they don't look manly or anything coming back after doing something like that. That they just look retarded. I mean, yeah, because that's actually like going back to a place where you got scammed, which I know I did that, but because I know the scam wasn't the cashier's fault. I don't know if I've actually spoken about this in any of one of my videos, but I actually went to go eat at a breakfast joint around here at 7-Eleven called Steak and Egger. And what's it called? I actually went with my boy that has been in a few videos here. My boy Shaggy. Since he had the car, and I told him, I was like, I'll pay for our food. I'm like, and you drive? And he was like, yeah, that sounds fair. And I was like, sounds fair enough. And he even said that he got the cheapest thing on the menu. Since I got French toast, I ended up getting water to drink because, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I like getting water with my French toast because I really have enough sugar with that. And yeah, we ended up getting scammed. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like I have said this already in one of my videos. I'm gonna sit down. But yeah, Steak and Egger. I ended up getting scammed actually. And now, what's it called? The reason why I got scammed, I thought it was the cashier's fault. But I ended up finding out the sad way that it wasn't her fault. Even though I kind of told everybody that I knew that it was her fault. So I don't know if like I said, I don't know if I've said in one of my videos, but so let me explain in case I haven't. Me and my friend Shaggy went to go eat breakfast at Steak and Egger at around 3 a.m. And I wanted to sit on the counter because I don't know, I like sitting on the counter I just like the feeling of being on the counter. Seeing how they make the food in front of you. And some drunk fat guy literally sat right next to us to pretend he was with us. And as me and my friend Shaggy finished eating, that drunk fat guy ended up getting up to use the bathroom, which led the waiter to believe that fat guy was with me and my friend Shaggy. And I know I'm an idiot for this, for not realizing why my total was so expensive. I thought Steak and Egger was one of those breakfast joints where they're just super expensive. And even my friend Shaggy was like, I don't know why it was so much. He's like, I got one of the cheapest things. And he's like, and I was like, and you got water? He's like, exactly. And he was like, it would have been more if I didn't get water. And that's when my friend Shaggy was like, man, he's like, you just paid for the other guy's food. And he was like, go back and say something. And I don't know why, but I told my friend Shaggy to come with me. And he was like, I'm not going with you. As I told the lady to give me my, because the receipt only said my total. It didn't say the price to everything. As I told the lady to give me my receipt with the price to every meal. That's when I see that I was charged for a skillet. And when I confronted her about that, the drunk fat guy was there apologizing. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. He's like, that was my fault. And he ended up trying to give me a $50 bill, which I was about to take, because the breakfast skillet was $31, and he was willing to give me $50 just like that, which I was about to snatch. But then the stupid cashier lady was like, I'm gonna just do it my way and refund him. And she's like, and then charge him again. Oh my god, yeah. And then the drunk guy was acting all stupid. He's there like, I'm really sorry, man. He's like, you're not gonna call the cops, are you? He's there like, he's like, the lady's like, she's a really nice lady. He's like, so please, like, just don't call the cops. And I don't know why, but he ended up calling one of his friends, or probably his girlfriend or wife. He ended up calling somebody, saying how I ended up getting scammed because he doesn't know how or what. That's literally what he said. He's like, I don't know how. He's like, but the boy here ended up getting charged my food. Which I don't know why he called someone just to tell him that. And yeah, and then that afterwards, when I left, I was just really mad because, you know, I was really just trying to eat with my friend, and I literally got charged $57 for just me and my friend eating, all because the drunk guy tried being slick. And the thing is, like, I saw the guy's wallet. Like, the guy had money in his wallet, and he pulled out a $50 bill. He had money. I don't know why he just couldn't pay for a $30 breakfast skillet. Or the skillet was actually $20. It was the coffee that made it $30. The coffee was $10. Well, actually $11, if you want to be very specific. Yeah, his total was $31. Which I don't understand why coffee's so expensive. Well, I don't even know. I don't drink coffee, so I wouldn't know why it's expensive or why it's not. But that's really what had happened. And I got really mad, and I was thanking my friend Shaggy for telling me, because I actually thought, like I said, I was being an idiot and thought that that was actually our total, and thought that steak and egg was actually that expensive. And it was my friend Shaggy that was like, you just paid for the other guy's food. He's like, go back and say something. So I'm glad I got my money back. And I'm sure the guy was very, very paranoid. I could see it in his face, and just seeing by the way he was acting. And I'm sure he was bummed out that his scam didn't work. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've been scammed many times in life, specifically throughout high school. And if this would have been high school me, I would have literally just been like, it's whatever. I would have just gone home, gone to sleep, and pretended like it never happened. Because I'm not, like I said right now, I've been scammed many times in life. And I'm glad that now, as an adult, I finally don't allow it to happen anymore, because I know a lot of people out there don't really care when they get scammed, or don't even bother to realize or notice. This one time where some guy accused us of scamming. Look, let me show you guys. He kept saying that that we had a skimmer here, and yes, of course. This black guy probably thought he could. Okay, now where is that piece? Oh, it's in here. This guy probably thought he could get us sued or charged or something with this, because he kept saying out loud in front of a bunch of people around here. This piece actually belongs right on here. Nobody ever just bothers to put it on because it falls off way too easily. Alright, I got it. I think I got that part on. You see? See what I mean? Yeah, this thing is broken. Doesn't want to go back in. I think that... Oh, okay, there you go. Yes, I got it. So some African American guy one time when he was doing an Uber Eats order, and then ended up buying something to drink and like a bag of chips and like a candy bar. I forgot, he just bought like 3 or 4 things. He accidentally ended up taking this off when trying to tap his card. And as it came off and ended up doing that, he picked it up and was like, hey, he was like, it's a scammer. He was saying out loud in front of everybody, they got a scammer here, you guys. And I was just laughing, thinking like, oh, only an idiot would think that that is a skimmer. Like, seriously. How do we have a skimmer just because this comes off? How? If that African American guy that was doing an Uber Eats order was smart, he would know that. He would know what a skimmer looks like. Because, like, come on. A retard knows what the difference between a skimmer and a real register. Everyone does, honestly. I've seen many little kids when they see a skimmer and they right away say things like, wait, they're like, isn't that like a fake register? I'm like, yes. I'm like, it's a skimmer. Most people know what a skimmer is. But obviously, I know that guy was just trying to cause attention, which he kind of was, and he was just shouting things out to try to look cool and smart. People around here do that all the time, but then when I do it, people have so much things to say about me. And I know they're probably out there watching this and saying so much things right now about me, but they know it's true. Because they're the ones that actually taught me to do that nonsense. Now hold on, sorry, I gotta make some wings for this order and cut out the pizza. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. So, I've been getting really out of breath lately. That's why I keep like pausing and keep hesitating and stopping when I'm trying to speak here. And yeah, I've been getting really out of breath, and I know it has to do a lot with, because I'm a heavy drinker and smoker. I do both. I drink alcohol and I smoke weed. And when I first started working overnight, I did get out of breath a little bit because I would be sleepy most of the time. Because, I wasn't really used to it. But now that I'm more used to it, I don't doze off as much anymore. And I've been getting really out of breath ever since I started smoking more. And ever since I started drinking. Because I didn't always drink. When I first started working, I didn't drink. thing. Didn't want to grab the wings. Hello. Give me 1 sec, you guys. Alright, sorry about that. Some people walked in. Some guy came in to pick up this order. But yeah, like I was saying, I've been getting very out of breath lately. And I'm getting a little more sleepy now. And I kind of feel like drinking a Red Bull, but I don't really know. They got a lot of even the sugar-free ones. I'm getting tired of all of them. And another one of my favorite YouTubers that also records himself at a 7-Eleven. He spoke about how drinking too much of that is what causes anxiety, which we all know is true. So that's something else I'm trying to avoid. I'm not gonna lie, I used to always, like I said, when I first started, I would get more sleepy because I didn't really know how to handle this shift. So yeah, when I first started, I would actually rely on Ghost a lot, on Red Bull, on Monster. And there was one more that I like to drink. I forgot which one it was. It was Ghost, Monster, Red Bull. Which one was the other one? I think we don't have it right now. But there was one more that I liked to drink. But honestly, there's most of these things I never actually tried, like Rainstorm. If you guys see that right there. When we first got it, I was like, what is that? I was like, I kind of want to try it. I've heard of Bang, but I never actually tried that. I want to try that. Form Energy. Honestly, I can only drink so much Red Bull or Monster at once. I don't know how people finish these tall boys of Monster. Like, to me, that's just a lot of sugar. Like, let's take a look at how much sugar one of these has. There, that's better. 81 grams per container, not per serving. Yeah, that's a lot of sugar. I don't know how people can handle those things. I can only drink the regular sized ones. What else is there left to do around here in the store? Because like I said, I get blamed for not finishing certain tasks. So, I want to know what else I have left to do right now. Alright, that's another thing that I forgot I was doing right now. I need to find the rest of the small Slurpee cups. I know we have more of the green ones in here. I get really... The security guy gets annoyed with this too, actually. Sandwiches here, obviously, like any other food, has an expiration date. And many customers have been complaining to specifically the manager and store owner that the sandwiches they purchase or find have been found expired. And honestly, like, something I realized since I first started, nobody actually, like, well, now somebody's in charge of that, but at first nobody was actually in charge of that. Nobody was actually making sure all the expired food was being thrown out. Because I remember I would actually get that at the end of, or I mean at the beginning of my shift when I would put all the sandwiches away. And that's when I kept questioning myself, does anybody throw away the expired food? And I was like, I would tell myself, I have enough to do by myself putting away everything here. And I'm like, and doing cashier and doing Uber Eats orders. I'm like, and really no one throws away the expired food? I don't know. I was annoyed that I would have to sweep, mop, put away merchandise, be a cashier, do Uber Eats orders, put out food, make food if anybody wanted some for an order. I would have to do all that, and then, yeah, I would still get complaints about expired sandwiches. And oh my god, people would get mad because I'd tell them I can only do so much things in the store by myself. And I was like, I barely have time for everything else, so I do not have time to see if something's expired or not. Because honestly, I thought somebody in the afternoon was in charge of that. Well, until now. Now the manager is always making sure there's no expired food. But before, nobody would bother to do that. And I mean nobody. Are these even the... Yeah, these are the right size. Ah. Come on. Alright, that's enough. Now, when the store owner is here, he's always in a bad mood, which I do not blame him. The one thing that we all try to warn each other about is to not provoke him or not make him any more mad than he actually is. Because when the store owner gets here, he's always ready to yell, which I don't... I'm putting this way in the wrong place, which I don't blame him for. Are these the lids I need? Yes, they are. Thank you. But yeah, we never ever want to make him any more mad. Because I don't know how he would feel about me getting him on video one day, but I actually want to record his reaction so you guys can see how grumpy he is and how he is. Oh my god, that really freaked me out. That really scared me. Freaking machine. Freaking ice making thing. But yeah, like I was saying, he's always scaring me when he gets here in the morning, the store owner, because I always have anxiety that he's gonna yell or say something like, you didn't do this, you didn't fill up lids, you didn't fill up the straws. Because he's someone you don't want to mess with. And as I was about to say that he's someone you don't want to mess with, that ice machine thing scared me. But yeah, he's just someone that you don't want to make mad or any more mad than he already is, because he's always mad. He's always in a bad mood. And yeah, he's a really good boss too, I'm not gonna lie. He's helped me in a lot of situations. He's defended me with a lot of customers, honestly. And the sad thing that I see about myself and him between us is that I never really put myself in his shoes. I never really understood why he would treat us all the way he would treat us. Because now, I really want him to start treating us like that again. Because too many people over the years since I've worked here, too many people have been caught messing around on the job, like, you know, just fooling around, not doing their work, and oh, but when the store owner's here, they can never do that. So that's why I actually prefer when the store owner's here now, because everybody likes to get to work. Alright, I think I'm gonna take a break, you guys, and I'm gonna eat some mango. Because I don't know, I'm just getting very out of breath for no reason. And I don't know, nobody's walked in yet, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break. Alrighty, I'm done. I just ate some mango really quickly because I was getting kind of hungry. Now let's talk about something else, everyone. Now, something that I really find is not even an argument or not even a question. Well, I take that back, actually. I guess I'm going to sound like I'm stereotyping by saying this, because I was going to say that it's not even a question when people argue and ask which Coke is better, the American one or the Mexican one. Now, I like to tell everybody that's not even a question or argument, because the Mexican one is literally, like, preferably the best one. But that's not necessarily true. I've seen many people, specifically white people that say the American one is much better. And I've seen many people of African American descent say that the Mexican one is better, and while others argue and say that the American one is better. But honestly, like, if you ask any Mexican or any Guatemalan, any Dominican, any Latino actually, most of them will argue and say that the Mexican one is better. Because I used to like the American one when I was younger. I used to like the American one better, but now as an adult, I like anything that's Mexican made better than the American made ones. I wish we had them, but they make, what's it called? I've tried it. There's Mexican made Fanta, Mexican made Sprite that comes in a glass bottle, and those are, oh my god, those are so much better. Because honestly, I hate Fanta. Like, that's one of the sodas I will not drink. But when I tried the Mexican version, I was like, oh my god, I was like, what is this? And I was like, this is not Fanta, like, this is something else. The Mexican made Fanta is so much better in my opinion. I used to like the American made one when I was younger, but not no more. And I don't even know why I'm saying American made. If American made is used for something else, like some other kind of invention. But yeah, the American one, I used to like when I was younger, but I like the Mexican one much better now. Now I know there is Mexican made lemonade. I just don't really remember which brands of them or the names or anything. But I have tried many Mexican drinks years ago when my mom used to take me to Mexico trips. As have many of us Mexicans. I don't know if you're Mexican, but most people in this town are. We have a lot of Mexican snacks here too. Now here's another issue I experience. Oh, we don't have anything right now, but we usually have more displays like this on the other side, which I don't know why the boss likes to put the tortillas literally like back to back against the display. So when despite people walking down the aisle that way and that way, they still never find the tortillas. And when they ask me, like, it makes me think, when they ask me, the first thing, sorry, I had a burp. When somebody asks me if we don't sell tortillas, the first thing I ask myself is, what, is there not any more or what? But then when I show them, that's when they say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see them. Because, like, I don't know why. Like I said, they have them literally hidden right there when they're back to back and somebody else just pulled up. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here actually, guys, because it's getting a little too long by now and somebody else just pulled up and I need to start making coffee. So I'll see you in another one. Thank you.